Hello, everybody. This is Oski, and in case you didn't know it, next season is going to be a Star Wars season. So that means we're going to get a Star Wars Battle Pass, Star Wars gameplay, Star Wars map, Star Wars event, Star Wars everything. So let's get right into it. I'm a big fan of Star Wars. I loved it as a kid, still do. One of the best franchises ever. I had tons of Lego Star Wars, Lego sets and minifigures. I had posters, the whole lot. So I'm really excited for this season. Fortunately, I'm not going to be able to play it for very long because I'm going on a trip to Japan for most of the month of May. So that's really a big shame, but I'll definitely try to get in as much time playing this before I go on my trip. Alrighty, how are we starting the season? So, according to leaks, we're going to have a mini live event that's going to kick off the season. I could see this involving Daigo and his portal, and maybe Darth Sidious and the Star Destroyers come through, kind of like we saw in the trailer. We're going to kind of have to wait and see on that. But yeah, so we're starting off the season with a live event. A small one, of course. And then throughout the season, there's another event that's going to happen. The Death Star is reportedly going to move throughout the season. It's going to kind of twist to aim at the island. So I don't know if we're going to get blown up, if it's going to shoot and blow up a POI or something like that. We're going to kind of have to wait and see. But I think that could be a really cool interactive event in the middle of the season. And then to wrap up the season, we're going to have a huge narrative event that is going to be like a full-scale live event, and it's going to lead into Season 3 of Chapter 6. And I say that because they haven't really been referring to the Star Wars season as Season 3. So I think next season is going to be Season 3 of Chapter 6. So yeah, there's a lot to look forward to. This season is definitely tying with the storyline, which I think is cool. So now what are we getting for gameplay? The thing I'm most excited for from the trailer is these TIE fighters and X-Wing vehicles we'll be able to fly. I'm excited for this because in my predictions video a few weeks back, if you want to go back and watch that, I said they should add flyable TIE fighters and X-Wings. Obviously, it's not some genius thing. It's pretty obvious. But I'm surprised they actually did it because that's quite a big gameplay change. It reminds me of the big swing they took with Wrecked and having a vehicle-based season. And also, it was going to be really fun and reminiscent of Season 7 and having those dogfights with the planes and having your whole squad stand on top, much like we see in these two images here. So I think it's going to be a really fun time, definitely a fun time to play with friends, and that's the thing I'm most excited for so far. We also see Daigo on the battle bus with the turret, so I don't know if we're going to be able to fly the battle bus as another thing to fight in the air. We're going to kind of have to wait and see on that, but yeah, keep that in mind. Jetpacks are going to come back. I think there are going to be new ones, though, based on the Mandalorian jetpack. We've had jetpacks in the past in Season 5 and in Absolute Doom, so we're going to have to see how these ones differ. They're definitely really fun to use, though. They're obviously going to add back some of the Star Wars blaster weapons we've had in the past, which are honestly usually buns, so I'm not really looking forward to that. We also do see in the trailer a new dually weapon. It's like a pump and a shotgun pistol, so it's not the pump and dump, which even though it seems like it is, I think it's a new dual weapon with a pistol and shotgun. So we're gonna have to see if that's any good. Let me know what you guys think about the pump and dump right now. Are you good with it? I kind of suck with it, but I've definitely been melted by it a few times. We're also probably gonna get some new lightsaber mythics. I don't know which ones they're gonna unvault though. If you guys have any ideas, let me know. Are they just gonna go crazy and unvault everything? That's what people thought with the Absolute Doom season. Obviously, they didn't end up doing that. So I think that would be really, really fun if they did do that, though. Hopefully we see some new ones added. One that we know for sure is going to be added is Force Lightning. And I don't know if it's going to be paired with a lightsaber. I could see it being paired with, Emperor Palpatine's lightsaber or Darth Jar Jar's lightsaber. Palpatine does have a lightsaber. I thought I was tripping there for a second. But anyway, so that's one Force ability I can definitely see happening based on the trailer. And then another one I would like to see is a Force Choke ability. But since they're not really focusing on Darth Vader very much this time, since we already have him in the game, I don't know if it's going to happen. It's another one of those things we're just going to have to wait and see until it releases or we get more of the trailer. All right, now let's talk about the map and what's changing. Mos Eisley, which is the place where Luke and Obi-Wan go in A New Hope. It's where the cantina is. That's going to replace Hopeful Heights, I think it is, which in my opinion, as a Buns POI, I never land there. It's just a worse version of Mass Meadows, so I'm not too upset about that. It looks like it's going to bring with this little sand biome with it that is going to have a sand crawler driving around, so we'll have to see if that's just a stationary location, or if you can rob it, kind of like the armored trucks right now. I think that's a great idea. Get some loot from them since the Jawas, scavenge. I think that's a cool idea. We're also going to be getting an Endor Rebel base, which not quite sure where this is going to be located on the map. If you guys know, let me know down in the comments if you have any ideas. But yeah, so it should bring some big trees, some satellites. If you ever seen Return of the Jedi, or I think that's what it is. That's where Endor is primarily shown with giant trees, and there should be some buildings as well. But we're also going to be getting a small landmark that's going to be like this AT-AT restaurant. I'll throw a picture of that on screen right now. It doesn't really seem like we're getting a whole Hoth region, considering these look like they're just kind of in the snowy parts of the mountains, which is a big shame in my opinion, because I think a Hoth region would be really cool. I think they should do more winter areas in the maps. All right, now let's talk about probably the most exciting part of this whole trailer and season, at least in my opinion, is the cosmetics. So Palpatine is the first one shown in the trailer. We all kind of knew he was coming. It was rumored to be coming, and based on the story, we thought so. He's also the big bad of Star Wars, so they had to add him eventually. In terms of being a Fortnite skin, I think his design is a little bit boring. He's kind of just a dude in a robe. But if you like the character, that's great. I think he's obviously a great villain. I just don't know if I would buy this one. But it is going to be in the Battle Pass, so I guess I'm getting it no matter what, because I already have the Battle Pass from Crew. But anyway, the next one shown is Cuddle Team Leader Chewbacca, which in my opinion is a big L. I do not like these mashup skins being in the Battle Pass. It's not that I don't like them. I genuinely loved Pilverine and Captain Jones, but everybody else hated those skins, so I don't quite understand why they're doing this again. But that's actually a lie, because I know exactly why they're doing this again. Hear me out. Epic does this because it makes them hella money. If they can take up 2/5 of the Battle Pass with their own characters and property, and then they can sell the extremely popular characters from Star Wars in the item shop, and it's going to make them tons of V-Bucks, or not V-Bucks, tons of money. Like, imagine Mace Windu or General Grievous being in the item shop, which, spoiler alert, they're both going to be in the item shop. That's going to make them way more money than including them in this battle pass for a great value. It definitely sucks for us, but it's a genius business practice. But I think a Battle Pass that's focused on Star Wars should have actual Star Wars characters in it. That's just my opinion. So we're definitely going to see a lot of outrage with that, especially when it releases. For now, I don't think people will realize yet. Sith and Jedi Eevee is going to be another one of those mashup skins included in the Battle Pass, which is, like I said, another shame. It's not a bad skin, just not really my taste. Mace Windu is also revealed in the trailer. His design is all right, I think it's going to be a lot less cool when you realize that he's not going to have his lightsaber pickaxe in the item shop. It's just going to be holding a random piece of metal. But he's a cool character for sure. He's also going to be in the item shop. Darth Jar Jar is my favorite skin that was revealed in the trailer and that we know about so far. He's in the Battle Pass, which is a huge W. And I love this because it shows this fun and whimsical side of Epic Games, which we don't see that often, but when we do, I love it. Because Darth Jar Jar isn't like necessarily a canon character, so it's kind of an out-of-pocket thing for them to do, and I just think it's hilarious. I think I did call this in my video as well. We're also going to get a Mandalorian skin, which might be customizable. They always say it's going to be super customizable in the leaks, but then it releases just like the Iron Man skin, and it only has a few styles. So we're going to have to see. It might be in the Battle Pass, we don't know. I think it's a pretty cool skin. I like it. Yeah. Poe Dameron's another skin we're getting. I think he's pretty cool. I like Oscar Isaac, but his design is kind of plain. He's just like a regular dude. So I don't know if I'll cop this one because it's also going to be the item shop. However, Captain Phasma, on the other hand, has a really cool design. I'm kind of just a sucker for armor. This one's also going to be in the item shop. We'll see if I buy that one. I don't know. And then the First Order Stormtrooper is another skin that they're adding. For me, it's not really worth the purchase since I have like the original Stormtrooper skin, and it's not really that much different. But if you like this design better than the original Stormtrooper, well, there you go. It's also going to be in the item shop. And then we're also might be getting potential Andor skins based on the key art, which shows a Mandalorian holding the same weapon as Cassian Andor in the show. However, it could also just be them using the model of a Star Wars weapon for this key art. But the new season of Andor does drop soon, so it wouldn't be that surprising. Leaked skins now. Let's talk about that. So, leakers have leaked that General Grievous is confirmed to be coming to the item shop, which him and Darth Jar Jar are tied for my most excited and most sought after skin so far. And Grievous is like the top 3 coolest characters in Star Wars. Changed my mind. He is awesome. He's an awesome design, awesome lore, and is just an awesome character overall. We're also getting the TIE Fighter pilot, which is meh to me, not really worth my V-Bucks. And Rebel Leia as well, which I'm not really interested in, but my girlfriend loves the existing Leia skin, so maybe she'll buy that one. All right, now I want to talk about a wish list I have of different cosmetics and skins I'd like to see. I'd love it if they added a lightsaber pickaxe. Finally, that's like customizable. You can change the hilt, change the color, change the design like Kylo Ren's maybe, but we'll have to see if that happens. I doubt it will, just because they're so reluctant to have people be confused with like the pickaxe versus the mythic, which I know there's going to be some mythics in this season. So I don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see. And if they don't do it this season, they're never doing it. Grievous, I already talked about him, but yeah, he's basically my favorite character ever. I would love to see the OG Boba Fett design as an edit style, please and thanks. Cad Bane is another banger. A Captain Rex skin, as well as like a Phase 1 customizable clone would be really cool. Love to see a Battle Droid skin that's customizable, or just different versions, I guess. Battle Droid, Super Battle Droid, and then Droid Commandos. Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan would be dope. I love that design a lot more than the Obi-Wan show design we have now. Magna Guard droids look sick. Darth Revan, or Raven, however you say that. I love his design as well. Super cool. And I also love to see them do something where they add add styles to the existing Stormtrooper, like the yellow thing on the side, or I don't know, there's all sorts of different variations on the Stormtrooper armor that I think they could do something cool with. Snowtrooper from Empire Strikes Back would be fire. The Endor Trooper would be dope. A Death Trooper would be dope. Like the zombie version, I mean. And then Count Dooku would be another great skin. Overall, I really like the actual armor designs of Star Wars a little bit more than the characters, like the troopers, I should say. I'm just a sucker for armor. But yeah, that's kind of all we know, and those all my thoughts on it. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys want in terms of skins and gameplay and map locations in the comments. Make sure to leave a like and consider subscribing. It's been Oski. Peace out.